bless your heart. You made 2 anniversary plates?
She made all 3.
But they're so different.
Allison, maybe you should tell us how this all happened.
I'm sorry, dear.
It's not your fault. You were just trying to help.
Help with what?
Help me lie, okay? The only plate that I made is the one that you guys hate. Those 2 were bought in a store.
But I don't understand, Allison. Why did you have to lie?
Because I'm not a potter. I'm not anything. I'm just me, but that's not good enough, so I lied.
Did Mom say what time she's meeting us?
Oh, honey, you know how your mother is. Her eminence, she's got to pull herself together before she can make the big appearance.
Well, maybe I should go see if she needs help.
Please, don't do that, darling. She'll never get down here. Sit down. And I will expire from lack of nourishment and annoyance. Waiter, make it another one.
It's just been so long since I've seen her. So much has happened.
Don't you 2 talk all the time?
No, we do.
Oh.
I told her about Cabot and Rosanna and Paul. I even talked to her about Daddy.
What did you say about him?
Just that it seems that he's falling apart. It's hard to describe on the phone. Mom's been really great about it, though. She mostly just listens.
Sierra has mellowed.
The thing about her is she's always the same. You know, same perfume, same smile, same look in her eyes every time she sees me. Just so comforting, you know?
I'm sorry that I haven't been much in the comfort department, darling.
No. You know what I mean. You're a wild woman, and I love that about you. But Mom, she's just Mom.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good to see you smiling. I haven't seen that in quite a while.
Maybe that's her.
Oh, well, tell her to get herself down here before both of us expire from lack of nourishment.
Hello?
Lucy, look, it's me. Don't hang up.
Aaron?
Yeah, look, I'm sorry to call you, okay? But you have to make it to Metro as soon as possible. It's your dad. He's in a bad way.
You finished the inventory?
No, I'm sorry, Dusty.
Don't say sorry. Sorry's for losers.
Look, I tried, okay? But your partner's camped out in the supply room. He's not letting anybody in.
My partner, Craig?
He's got his cot, he's got his briefcase, a suitcase.
He's sleeping down there?
Sleeping. Dusty, I think he's living there.
Hey, came over as soon as I got your message. What's up? You here by yourself?
Cabot's asleep in the bedroom.
It's Jordan Sinclair's son? You sure of that?
Rosanna had the DNA test done, and Jordan's the father.
What are the odds of that? She adopts a kid in Canada, gets married to this guy she hardly even knows, and they end up related?
Well, she's not happy about it, that's for sure. But I guess it makes sense, considering that part of the deal was that Rosanna had to marry Jordan in order to get Cabot back.
Part of the deal?
Jack, I haven't exactly told you everything.
Yeah, I know. I figured your sister had sworn you to secrecy.
You knew?
What was that for?
Well, I've been going crazy about lying to you, and you knew?
Oh, so you're mad at me for not being mad at you?
You're not?
Carly, she's your sister. He's your kid. Or a kid she's in love with. What are you gonna do? All right, fine. Tell me everything you know, and I might just forgive you.
I'm approving this agreement.
You mean I have sole custody?
Pending Mr. Sinclair's signature.
Jordan, don't sign that. Not until you know the truth. You don't know what you're signing.
No, Jen, it's all right. The judge nullified the original agreement. As soon as I sign this, I'm going to be free and clear. Rosanna will be the only parent.
No, but that's just it. She's not the only parent.
Jennifer, this is exactly what you and Jordan wanted all along.
Oh, no, she doesn't care about Jordan. All she cares about is getting sole custody of Cabot. You have no right to him.
Jordan, the judge is waiting. I think
She's lying to you. Look, she didn't want you to see that.
What is this?
Jennifer, please.
You are the most self-centered person. You won't even trust the man who turned his life upside down to help you.
This is a laboratory report. These are DNA results.
She did a paternity test on Cabot and his father.
So you know who the father is. Who is it?
Look, after you and I were married and after Cabot was back with me, there were rumors that started circulating, and I didn't know if they were true. I couldn't be sure, and I couldn't tell anybody until I was sure, so I had a test done.
Well, whoever you suspected obviously agreed to it, so who was it?
He wasn't aware of the situation, but he had made it perfectly clear he wanted to move on with his life, so I just took him at his word.
Oh, because it suited you. She lied to you, Jordan, and after you sacrificed everything to help her, you were the most selfish, unethical...
Don't. Wait, I don't understand. Who is the father?
It's you. You were Cabot's father, and she wasn't going to tell you.
Allie, honey, I'm so sorry if you felt pressured. If you weren't ready to share your work with you, so you just
I'm not taking a ceramics class. I don't even know a pot from a pan. I just said that I was taking the class because I needed an excuse to get out of the house.
I don't understand.
Why don't we let the kids talk? I'll fill in the blanks.
I'm sorry. It was just a little fib, but it kept getting bigger and bigger, and I didn't know how to tell you.
That you needed to get out of the house?
No. No, it's fine here. It's your home, and it's great when we're together.
So this is about me working nights?
No, this is about me working nights.
But I got you the job at the clinic, Allison. You didn't want it.
That's because I already have a job. At Metro, I never stopped working there.
Was this about my father?
Lizzie, I'm so sorry. I didn't know who else to call.
No, it's fine. Just tell me what's going on.
I am part owner of this party. No, hey, easy, Cheetah. This isn't some flop house, you understand? I'm running a business here, remember?
Daddy?
Oh, sweetness, what are you doing here?
What happened to you? No, never mind. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I just wanted to let you know that I'm leaving town with Mom right after graduation.
Oh, you look wonderful. You look wonderful. It's so good to see you.
It's good to be here. Where's Lucy?
Oh, honey, sit down. Lucy got a call about her father, so she went dashing off to save the day. I could really wring Craig's neck. Just when the child gets the gumption to strike out for independence, he pulls another one of his stunts.
Well, I fell for his stunts more than twice.
Yes, but dear, you are a grown woman. She's a little girl.
She's not so little anymore. I think from what she's told me on the phone that she has a very clear view of the situation.
Darling, call her. I mean, call her. All she was doing was talking about you, until Craig intervened.
I will call her in a minute. You know, actually, I'm grateful to have a second to chat with you alone first.
How wonderful. What about?
Well, I haven't really spoken to Lucy about this, and I hate to catch her off guard.
Oh, honey, you don't have to be mysterious with me.
I'm not traveling alone.
Rosanna was going crazy. She was desperate about Cabot, but she wouldn't let me help her unless I promised not to tell you.
I figured.
And you're really not mad?
Carly, I knew if you weren't telling me, you had your reasons.
You surprise me every day.
Really? So I'm done for today? I don't have to surprise you till tomorrow?
You could surprise me tonight.
You know I will.
And just for the record, I didn't actually lie to you. I just withheld information.
Listen, I understand that you have to respect your sister's privacy, but, you know, when her problems cross the line, that's when you and I have to have a little talk. What?
I think we've crossed that line, Jack. I know who's been pulling the strings behind this weird arrangement with Cabot. James Stenbeck.
No wonder you were scared to open the door. Stenbeck, you sure?
And then he double-crossed her. And Rosanna is terrified.
How terrified? You think she'll grab Cabot and run?
No, this is impossible. I couldn't have fathered a child. Because of what happened to me growing up in an orphanage, I always took every precaution for this.
Jordan, sometimes our plans fail us, despite our best intentions. Nobody's blaming you. You weren't aware of the situation. I certainly wasn't. And in fact, when these rumors surfaced, I thought it was a lie.
But you insisted on running a test.
Well, of course. Of course I did. I couldn't let anybody derail the adoption. I wanted proof. The truth didn't come out until this morning, and quite frankly, given your feelings on the subject, I didn't think that it mattered.
His feelings? What do you know about his feelings?
He made them very clear, Jennifer. He wanted to be free so that he could be with you.
Judge is waiting.
Well, he can keep on waiting because Jordan needs time to think about this.
Well, maybe we should let Jordan and Rosanna discuss this privately.
Oh, so she can lie to him again?
Jennifer, don't make this worse than you already have.
She was going to let him sign his rights away without ever knowing that he had a living, breathing child. How much worse could it get?
I think we're gonna need a few minutes.
I'll be in my chambers.
Is she right? Are you ever going to tell me that Cabot was mine?
You're working at Metro?
Almost every night.
Allison, I thought we discussed this. I thought that we agreed that that wasn't the right place for you.
No, actually, you thought that it wasn't the right place for me. Your decision. And I wasn't able to convince you.
Look, you lied to me.
I know, and I know that was the wrong thing to do. I should have just told you, too bad, Chris. I'm gonna work there anyway. But I didn't want you to get mad, so I lied. But I only did that because I knew that that was the fastest way that I could make that money back for you that you lost.
But I told you that wasn't necessary.
Chris, just because you tell me something doesn't mean that that's how I feel, okay? I just want your mother to think that I was good enough for you.
You're perfect for me.
No, I'm not, and I've got everyone I know covering up for me, even your grandmother. And she's out in the town buying plates, and so's Erin, and even the other night, Molly was lying for me. And your mother's right, my life is a disaster. I'm just bringing you down.
Starsiak, it's over. You hear me? I got tossed out of the Rose Foundation. Find yourself another target.
Like Metro? Because that'll be their next play. Dusty, I'm telling you, if those goons come by here, I'm calling the cops.
Lullaby, don't leave your school, your family, and your friends just because you're a teensy bit mad at me.
Daddy, I'm graduating tomorrow. And all my friends are taking off for the summer.
All right, well, what about your plans?
I'm still going to Williams in the fall.
Well, all the more reason for you to spend the summer here.
And watch you self-destruct? No, thank you.
Oh, Lullaby, look. I am so sorry that I caused you any pain. But come on now, it's just a couple of little months. You can even live with your so-called grandmother, and you and I we'll just have lunch every once in a while, do a little day trading, whatever. But please, just don't call your mother in, okay?
a little too late.
Lucy! There you are.
Oh, so good to see you.
But that's just it, Jordan. Cabot was yours. Ever since we got back from Las Vegas and we found out that both of our names were in the custody agreement, Cabot was yours. And you wanted no part of him.
But that was because I assumed that we were going to get an annulment and that you wanted full custody.
Well, we are, and I do. Nothing's changed.
Except that Cabot is your child, Jordan, and you have a right to be a father to him.
Well, Jennifer, I think that being a father should be about more than a biological accident, don't you?
Well, who is it? Who is the mother?
The birth mother? The name on the papers, I think, was Jane Courier.
Well, I don't recognize the name. And I'm not the type of person who just, would meet someone and... obviously it had to have happened within the last year and a half. I did do some traveling in the past year, but for business...
Don't torture yourself, okay? Look, for whatever reason, she decided not to notify you. Who knows? Maybe because she didn't want Cabot to be a burden on you. Or maybe because she wanted to know that Cabot was going to go to a home where he would be loved unconditionally as he is by me.
Whoever set this up obviously knew the truth. Why else would they have Jordan marry you?
The point is, we have an opportunity here to set things right.
We all know what you want, Rosanna. You want Cabot all to yourself.
Cabot's my son.
He's Jordan's son, too.
Wait, hold on. She loves him, okay? I've seen them together. We're on the same side.
If that were true, then she would have come to you as soon as she suspected something. Instead, she and my brother concocted this plan to keep you in the dark.
And thanks to you, I'm not in the dark anymore. You really should have told me about this.
I know. I'm sorry. I was afraid. Things have been so difficult. I just didn't think I could handle any more problems.
Why am I a problem to you, Rosanna? I have done nothing but help you.
I know. You've been the best friend that anybody could ever have. But Cabot has been bounced from one home to another. He needs to know that he's safe. He needs stability. He needs to know that his home was with me, and that's not going to change. All I want is to be Cabot's mother. All I want is to be able to give him a good home. Let me do that. Please, I'll give him a wonderful life. Just sign the papers. If not for me, do it for Cabot.
Coming up on As the World Turns. I can't live here. I have to move out.
The judge is only available for a little while longer.
That's all right. I made up my mind.
Okay, look. What I'm hearing is that you and I aren't really honest with each other. No, it's like we don't listen or we just hear what we want to hear.
You're right.
Okay, but that's no reason to break up, Allison. We just gotta work on things. Talk about what's going on, how we feel.
But that's just it. We need to talk to each other, but it seems like every time that we do, I always get myself into trouble, and I'm afraid that you'll get mad at me or that you'll hate me.
Look, for what? For going out and getting a job so you could help us pay for our own place? Come on, that was a really generous thing that you did, and I'm proud of you.
Well, then I shouldn't tell you about my first week at Metro.
Why? What happened?
I took my eyes off this big wad of cash that someone left for their bill, and someone stole it, so I've been paying back Metro.
So, what are we talking about? You owe Molly some money? So you're not the world's best potter. Allison, who cares?
Your mother cares.
Look, my mom has 3, count them, 3 new plates.
Which she hates.
She doesn't hate them.
Chris, I thought we were going to be honest with each other.
Oh, okay, fine. She hates the plates. I can live with that.
No, but I can, and I can't live here. I have to move out.
I know how much Cabot means to you.
Then you'll sign the papers.
Rosanna, you're Cabot's mother. I would never do anything to jeopardize that. But I am his biological father, and I need to take some time to think about what my responsibilities are.
I'll take really good care of him.
I know you will. Just give me a minute, okay?
Sure, of course. Yes, you and Jennifer take all the time you need since so much of this hinges on her. What you both want. Paul?
What matters here is the baby.
I know what matters here.
Piece of paper. Changes everything. But it doesn't. Not really.
Please don't tell me you're thinking of signing your rights away. You'll regret it for the rest of your life.
I feel terrible about breaking my promise to my sister, but Stenbeck, the more I thought about it, the more afraid I got. If he finds out that Rosanna is trying
He'll
to
come
wriggle out
after
of...
her. It doesn't matter how far she runs or how fast. He'll get to her and Cabot.
So what do we do? Hello?
Carly, it's me.
Rosanna, where are you?
At the courthouse.
Did Jordan sign the papers?
Not yet. Jennifer appeared with a copy of the DNA results. You might have warned me.
Jennifer showed up here looking for Jordan, and I was busy with the baby, and she just saw the papers on the table. How did he take it?
I think he's in shock. They're holed up in the hearing room right now talking about it.
So he could still sign the papers?
I don't know. He doesn't want to be a father. I think he's afraid he'll look bad if he gives up his son.
So
I'm praying he'll sign. But can you do me a favor? Is Cabot still sleeping?
Last I checked, he was just playing with his feet. I thought I'd leave him be.
Listen, can you get him ready and bring him over to the courthouse? Pack a diaper bag with a couple of bottles in it. I need you to do this for me right away. Carly?
Yeah, I'm here.
I need you to do this for me.
Okay, all right, fine.
As soon as you can.
Okay.
What you want?
She wants me to bring Cabot to the courthouse. ASAP.
Then that's what we'll do.
Jordan, you're the biological father. All that Rosanna can claim is that she tried to adopt him and failed. The adoption was phony.
She is Cabot's mother, Jen. She's a wonderful mother. This really isn't about her. It's about whether I want to be a father or not.
You are a father.
No, only in the most technical sense. I've never even held the kid. Well, I did once. At arm's length, because I was afraid he's going to dribble on my suit. I'm just not cut out for this.
But you don't know that. Jordan, I remember you telling me what it was like growing up in an orphanage. You always wondered who you were and where you came from. But now you have a chance to belong to someone, to really belong. He's your child, your flesh and blood. You've never had that.
Yeah, but at the moment, I belong to Rosanna. We're still married. If I want to get an annulment, if I want any sort of career, if I want a relationship with you, I have to figure out if I want this kid before I can even put my life into play.
The judge is only available for a little while longer.
It's all right. I've made up my mind. Cabot needs a good home. And I'm sure with you, he will be provided with the best. I'll sign the papers.
Thank you. Jordan, thank you.
Sierra, what a nice surprise.
Liar.
You look like hell.
Well, I feel like hell, but nothing for you to worry about.
Aaron called me because he found Daddy sleeping in the back room.
Sleeping in the back room. No wonder you're so beautifully turned out.
Well, I am turned out.
Yeah, I heard you burned a few more bridges since I was here last.
One man's fire, Sierra, is another man's light. Now listen, Lucy has this idea in her head that she would be better off in Montega with you than here at home.
Daddy, I haven't even gotten a chance to
That's all right. Your grandmother filled me in.
Yeah, I bet she did.
And she had only nice things to say about you.
Listen, if Medusa feels such a need to drive her own granddaughter
I don't
out
think
of
that we
town
need to
the summer
discuss
before-
my mother's motives.
I want my daughter with me.
Of course you do.
Next fall, she leaves for the rest of her life. I want her home with Daddy for the summer.
Look, I know it's important to you.
Come on, Sierra. You've always understood me on a base level. Lucy's all I have left here. Help me out. For old time's sake.
Lucy. You know, nothing would make me happier than you wanting to come home with me. In fact, if you remember, I gave you a plane ticket to Montega before I left last time, and I had hoped that you would use it.
It's in my jewelry box, but I wasn't ready to use it till now.
Well, you are always welcome, you know that. There's just one thing. You see, Dolly girl, I didn't really make this trip alone. There's someone I want you to meet. Ah, here he is. Lucy, this is Alan Drake.
Allison, this is crazy. You're not living with my mother, you're living with me, and I love you.
And I love you too. But if we're supposed to be telling the truth, Chris, the truth is I'm not happy.
I can't just let you leave like this.
Chris, it's not like I'm leaving town. I'm just leaving your mother's.
Allison, honey, there's no need to make such a big deal over this. I mean, obviously there's been a misunderstanding, and we just need to sit down and talk about it like a family.
Thank you, but I don't think that this is gonna work out. I know that you love Chris, but you're not my family. You don't have to act like you are. Thank you for listening and for the plate.
Oh, Allison.
And I'll see you at the hospital, Dr. Rob.
Allison.
I've got to go.
I don't understand this. What just happened?
She didn't want to live here anymore because she's embarrassed.
No. She lied. I can understand why she's embarrassed.
You're the one she's trying to get away from, Mother.
I should have known that you'd take the high road. I'm so sorry I didn't confide in you sooner. I was just so concerned about finalizing the adoption.
It's understandable, given what you've been through.
Paul, would you get the judge, please? Jordan, if you'd like to sign the papers
I
now,
still don't
that'd be
understand why
great.
Jordan has to do this today.
Jennifer, I appreciate your concern, but this is Jordan's decision.
Would you sign away your rights to anything, let alone a child, without consulting a lawyer first, Rosanna? I don't think so. Now listen, if you don't want to raise Cabot, then fine, let Rosanna do it. But he can still be your son.
I'm sorry, that wasn't the agreement.
You don't have an agreement, not yet. Now, I know that being a father was not in your plan and that you feel like you're not up to it, but sometimes opportunities just get dumped in our laps and it's up to us to see the possibilities. This is your son, your little boy, and he's gonna grow up wanting to know you, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think you're gonna want to know him too. In all those years, wanting to know who your parents were, if you had your dad's eyes or your mom's smile.
Okay, Jennifer, that is a very pretty and sentimental picture, but you and I both know that when it comes to fathers and sons, it's not always hearts and roses.
Especially if you abandon your child.
Jordan is not abandoning his child.
He's abandoning himself. This is your son. And as the years go by and the birthdays pile up, you're gonna wonder about him. think that you owe it to yourself to figure this out first? You signed these papers, then you're never going to hold him or talk to him again. Can you live with that? You owe it to Cabot to make sure you have no regrets before you walk away.
You realize what this means for you and me?
He's your son. Whatever it takes, I'm with you.
Come on. Now, Jennifer, not everybody feels that way about family. It is perfectly okay for Jordan to give me custody of Cabot, knowing that he is doing absolutely the right thing, that Cabot will be loved, that he will have everything that he needs.
Rosanna, I know that you are a fantastic mother, but Jennifer's right. I want to see Cabot. I want to spend some time with him. And as his father, I have that right.
Okay. Of course. If you don't feel comfortable signing today, fine.
Well, thank you for being so understanding.
No, you're the one that's understanding, Jordan. I had no idea that you might want to be a father. I was just thinking of the baby and my own selfish needs to get this settled. So, you know what? Let's start over. I'm sure that we're just going to be able to work everything out. For Cabot's sake.
Allison lied about taking the ceramics class so you would know that she's working at Metro. And that's my fault. Christopher, all she had to do was tell you the truth.
See, there you go. You judge her.
Oh, for crying out loud, everybody judges everybody, Christopher. It's how you treat one another that counts. I really felt that I had done my best to make that child comfortable.
She is not a child.
Well, she behaves like a child.
Okay. Before this all blows up, let's take a break, shall we?
I'll make some coffee.
I don't want any coffee.
Tea, then.
Dad, will you call the hospital? I'm going to try to catch up with Allison and fix things.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Don't even start. I am not taking the blame for this. Not this time.
Susan, hi. It's Chris. Look, I know Allison's probably upset, but I need to speak to her. She didn't come home? And where is she?
Aaron, it's me. Open up.
Okay. What's up? Oh, no. Don't tell me they don't like the plate.
No, the plate was great. It's me that they didn't like. Aaron, I confess, and now I need a new place to live.
Lucy, I've seen your pictures, but they don't do you justice. You're absolutely lovely. Almost as pretty as your mother.
Well, of course. Both of them get their looks from me.
And their wit.
Wow. You can keep this one, darling.
I'm considering it. Alan, this is Craig Montgomery, Lucy's father.
Montgomery. Fantastic place you have here. Sierra told me you had an eye.
I'm sorry, Mr. Drake.
Alan, please.
Alan, I didn't know that you and... I didn't realize my mother was bringing a friend.
I'm a little more than a friend, Lucy.
Lucy, Alan and I were married in San Tropez last Saturday. He's my husband.
Well, I appreciate your consideration.
Why don't you come over tonight and spend a little time with Cabot? You could babysit. I'll go downstairs, have some dinner.
Thank you. That's very generous.
Thank you. Jennifer, I know it wasn't easy for you coming here. You were my conscience.
Well, it really wasn't about you, Rosanna.
I
just
know,
thought that
so you said. Paul, would you drive me back to the Lakeview? I think it's time for Cabot to get up from his nap.
Okay.
What was that?
An about face?
But why?
Well, I am the father, and I still do have some rights, so maybe she thought it was wiser to be gracious for the moment.
Maybe.
All right, you surprised me in there.
Good. Do you think they were convinced?
I was convinced.
Good.
I'm not supposed to be convinced?
No. I told you, if Jordan didn't sign, Cabot and I are leaving town.
Oh, okay, don't jump the gun. Maybe Jordan just needs a little time.
Which I don't have. If your father finds out about any of this, he's gonna take Cabot away from me. That's not gonna happen, so I'm gonna leave town tonight. Are you gonna help me?
Hey. Oh, there's my baby. I got here as soon as I could.
Hi.
Oh. So did he sign?
No. Paul is gonna drive me to the airport.
You're leaving now?
I don't have any other choice.
Paul, will you tell her? When your father finds out.
No, I will be long gone. Just do me a favor. Don't tell Jack until tomorrow, please.
Jack already knows.
I'm sorry, Rosanna. I had to do something. I couldn't stand the idea of Stanbeck's people catching up with you in some third world country or
But
something.
now he's gonna catch up with me here, and he'll take Cabot.
No, nobody's gonna take Cabot away.
Cabot's not leaving Oakdale till this court straighten this out.
Jack, there's no reason to drag any of this into
Well,
the
yeah,
court.
there is, Paul. Since I'm the one holding the badge, that's exactly how we're gonna play it. Rosanna, cancel your charter and pack your bags, and you're just gonna have to deal with the Lakeview for now.
No.
You're not going anywhere. Neither's Cabot.
No.
You were leaving?
No. No, Jack, he's overreacting.
Yeah,
she was gonna leave the country with her son.
No. He's my son, too. You're not taking him anywhere. I want an officer posted outside of her door.
Well, we're thinking the same way, aren't we, Jordan? Rosanna, I'd be happy to give you and Cabot a police escort back to the hotel.
Next week on As the World Turns.
Nice and private. That's a good thing, because we don't want an audience. Not for this.
James's son.
I think it's a distinct possibility.
Give him to me. Give him to me now.